lights to go on, which they do now. And out they go, and it's a good start from the pole position man, Simon Walker-Hansel, but not a bad start either from Martin West in the number 94 car alongside him on the front row of the grid. Looking to see if anyone's making a move. Murray Shepherd in the white and green car, number 1. The reigning champion showing his nose on the inside line there into Redgate Corner. There's Craig Land, number 2, the TSR car, trying to make up ground from 11th on the grid as they drop down through Hollywood and towards the Craner Curves for the first time. Murray Shepherd has certainly made it through into second place, and it is the number 4 car of Simon Walker-Hansel then that's held on to the lead, I think, as they head through the old hairpin and up towards Schwantz Curve for the first time in this 15-minute race.
Yep, and one long queue of cars it is, as well as they start to climb the hill up towards McLean's. They're line astern, no one really looking for a move here because they know it's going to be a much better opportunity for them as they make their way down to the S's in a couple of corners time. And it is Simon Walker-Hansel leading the way. He did a 57.8 in qualifying this morning. They make their way through Coppice Corner, no real breaks emerging in the pack in this early stage of the motor race, and this is where the slipstream comes in. So Simon Walker, well, now there has been an incident, hasn't there? Trevor Thornton and a few others have gone off, but what's happening for the leaders down into the S's? Has he been able to hold on? Simon Walker-Hansel, kind of. Murray Shepherd was alongside him as they turned their way through. Down towards the Melbourne Loop they come now, or downhill braking area. And on the inside line is Shepherd. Alongside him is West. Locking up is the poleman, Simon Walker-Hansel, who's going straight on and off the road. He's back on again, but he's lost a lot of positions. And he got back on. He collected Greg Smith, who's in the middle of the pack. Can everybody avoid him? Let's hope so.
And that means that Murray Shepherd has come out of that in the lead of the race. Martin West second, Jeff Peake there in third place and getting very close to the back of Martin West's car. It's Carl Roysenars in fourth place at the moment, so they come up and over the line to complete lap number 1. All of them heading to the pit wall side of the circuit before jinking back out. It's Andrew Tate, number 42 in 5th. Simon Walker-Hansel crossed the line in 6th place as someone's mudguard in the middle of the pack there. Goes for Burton Craig Land 7th, but around the outside of Murray Shepherd goes Martin West at Redgate Corner to take the lead of the race. And it looks like we've got a typical low-cost slipstreaming classic lined up, Josh.
The problem might be Trevor Thornton's car off there up at Coppice. Martin Dick right on the edge of the circuit. I think there is a snatch tractor down there which they may bring into action. But it's 5 in the leading pack, and then Craig Land heads the rest. I think it was Walker-Hansel whose mudguard went after I think he contacted that car when he come back onto the circuit when he went off. But here's Western, the leader from Murray Shepherd, and Jeff Peake is there in third. And we are going to get a safety car, in fact, for that car that's off at Coppice. So that's a real shame after an entertaining start to that. But with just one car off up there at Coppice, that shouldn't take too long in.
No, absolutely right. There was a couple of other cars involved as well. I think Jack Chapman may have been one of them, but they obviously got back going again. But Trevor Thornton, unfortunately, who started on row 16 of the grid, has come to a halt. And so with the safety car having been released from the pit lane, the driver's now seeing the safety car board and the yellow flags all around the circuit, and they'll follow into line. And hopefully it won't be too much of a delay before we get racing again. We have had 3.5 minutes of the race so far. The time will continue to count down in this 15-minute race during the safety car period, so there's no additional time added on, as it were, at the end.
It was Greg Smith, wasn't it, that got knocked round here? And according to the TSL screens, he hasn't resumed. So I'm not sure, or he hasn't completed the lap, so not sure if that car is still parked up as well. But there's the 750 Motor Club safety car waiting for race leader Martin West and the rest of the gang.
Yep, so with a bit of luck, the marshals will be already working on the Trevor Thornton car up at Coppice. And it might be that we only have 1 or 2 laps on the behind the safety car on this 2.5 mile Grand Prix layout. So lots of shuffling for positions in the opening few laps there. Martin West getting the lead just before the safety car period. Murray Shepherd second, Jeff Peake third, Andrew Tate fourth, Carl Roysenars fifth as they go across the line this time. You mentioned the qualifying time set by Simon Walker-Hansel was a 1:57.8 this morning, Josh. Well, that already was under the lap record, of course, which was set by Louis Wall, a 1:59.31. So quite a margin underneath the lap record as well. Of course, lap records can only be set under race conditions, though, so that's the point there, that that won't count for a lap record. We'll see if anyone can go faster than that once racing gets back underway, though.
Seems like there might be a good chance, doesn't there? If you say a second and a half under the lap record is pretty good going. In fact, we got the top 6 on the grid were all under the lap record, so there's plenty of opportunity. But of course, battling the race, you're not really looking for lap time, are you, where you are in qualifying?
Reminder, you can get a lot of extra information about all of today's racing by going to the 750 Motor Club website, which is 750mc.co.uk. Access to all of the information about all of the championships racing here today and other 750 Motor Club race meetings in the future. You can also, via that page, get access to the live timing, which this weekend is courtesy of TSL Timing. You can go to their website directly as well, tsl-timing.com, to get all the timing information that we see on our screens as well. That may be a useful accompaniment, in particular when we get to the Club Enduro race a bit later on, with trying to keep track of all of the pit stops as well, always a challenge. And also you'll find there the digital version of the race programme as well, and that's just the same as the paper programme that we'd normally print here at the race meetings, but you get all of the information about the championships, the full entry lists, some cars for sale as well. I can see on the comments on YouTube that a lot of people are interested in how they can go racing. Well, there's classified adverts within the digital race programme and on the 750 Motor Club website as well. That might be useful as well. So we have got the safety car lights out, which is good news, and we will have another 8 minutes of racing, please, 7.5 minutes of racing by the time they get up to the line. So basically, half of the race still left to go, and it's going to be Martin West that is leading from Murray Shepherd and Jeff Peake. The safety car will pull in, it already has done, and the green flag will be waved, and the racing gets back underway then. And it's Jeff Peake pulling out of the toe of Murray Shepherd. He's going to have the inside line for Redgate Corner here, and up into second place has gone Jeff Peake, but Murray Shepherd fighting back immediately then. Already been a winner here this weekend, and he gets back through into second place, does he? Yes, he does. Andrew Tate there is still in 4th position in the grey car, and then it's Carl Roysenars with the Dayglow roll cage. He's in 5th. Craig Land, who started 11th, is up to 6th, and then it's Simon Walker-Hansel.
Down into the old hairpin then, Martin West leads the pack, and Roysenars there was under pressure from Land through the Craner curve, but he's able to hang on. There's a gap appeared ahead of the 40 car, which is David Martin. So the top 10 getting away, and for the lead round the outside through Shorts curve into McLean's comes Murray Shepherd to go first. West has held on to second. Jeff Peake was trying to follow Shepherd through there but was unable to do so. We've got a new race leader then in Murray Shepherd as they turn their way into Coppice Corner. There's a challenge there. That is Simon Walker-Hansel fighting back, and alongside Cole Roysenars. It's already past Craig Land, has Walker-Hansel. So the man that was on pole is working his way back through the order. There's one car that almost put a tyre on the grass as everyone jinks one way and the other, trying to find room to pass the one in front. And round the outside for the lead comes Martin West. He's not going to make it though. Murray Shepherd stays in front for the moment.
Yeah, out of the focus. Yes, it's down to the Melbourne Loop, so there's about 7 or 8 cars, I think, in this leading group at the moment, just cresting the hill as they head down into the hairpins. Shepherd, West, Roysenars, Jeff Peake there trying to make up a place. He'll be 3rd. Simon Walker-Hansel's, I think, up into 5th position now, although Craig Land is alongside him. Green flags, of course, still waving. This is still the first lap after the restart. Up towards the Goddard's hairpin, they come on a bit of a lead here now from Murray Shepherd. It's Carl Roysenars that's very late on the brakes. Does he avoid contact with everybody? Yes, he does. Jeff Peake, I think, took a little bit of evasive action there and ran out wide slightly. So that might cost him. So Murray Shepherd comes across the line this time and has a decent lead by 3/4 of a second at this stage, but that will soon be reeled in low-cost racing, and indeed Martin West already with him as they turn their way through Redgate Corner now and towards Hollywood.
It's 9 for the lead. It's Gary Brandon and Paul Clark have joined them on this lap. So we get more and more cars in the leading group. There's still over 5 minutes to go. It's Gary Brandon that set the fastest lap in the new lap record, by the way. And it's Murray Shepherd that leads as they turn their way into the old hairpin. And Paul Clark's a bit wide there, isn't he? So that's going to allow those in front to just break away a bit. It's David Martin that leads the rest of them in P10. But who's going to challenge up towards McLean's this time? Well, it's Jeff Peake getting alongside Martin West for second. They're side by side. So they come up to the right-hander, but it's Murray Shepherd hanging on. In fact, no positions change on that particular corner.
Just for the one corner. Up towards Coppice they go. They'll change here. Don't worry, Josh, because you've got Simon Walker-Hansel trying to make a move. He's gone from the outside to the inside of Jeff Peake, and I think he's going to make that work. Craig Land in the orange roll-caged car also sneaks a move on the inside as well. He might get past both of them, actually. No, he gets past neither of them, in fact, as they head down. We've got them side by side for the lead. Martin West on the outside line, though, for Fogarty. Yes, is. I think he's going to sweep round the outside, though. Yes, he does. Walker-Hansel's up to third place. It's Murray Shepherd in between the two of them. Jeff Peake fourth. Roy Sinar's fifth. Then Craig Land is sixth. Here comes Simon Walker-Hansel. We saw him outbrake himself at this corner on the first lap. But is he going to get a place away from Murray Shepherd here? The two of those absolutely side by side as they turn their way through. It looks like we've got 9 for the lead, doesn't it, in fact, as they make their way up and over the crest. So it's Martin West now leading, but it's Simon Walker-Hansel, the pole position man, that's going right back into things with probably 2 laps to go.
Okay, where do you want to lead on that last lap? That's going to be an important point of this race. Well, Simon Walker-Hansel looks like he's pretty keen on leading the race now. He comes up the inside to pass Martin West and has got it done before the corner. And we've got couple of cars catching them. Martin and Grice in 10th and 11th are going faster than the lead pack. George Grice has just set a new lap record, so we could have 11 cars in this lead battle if those two can catch those couple of seconds there behind. They are going much quicker than the leaders. With the new leader is Simon Walker-Hansel. Second is Murray Shepherd. Third is Jeff Peake. Down to fourth. That didn't go well through Redgate for Martin West, but they're not letting the new leader Simon Walker-Hansel get away at all, Ian.
It's Miles Lacey in 17th position that set the lap record now, 158.211 for Miles Lacey. And that, whether he's got a bit of clear track, I'm not quite sure, but that could be to his advantage here. Anyway, back with the leaders and back we were on lap number 1 pretty much. And it's up towards Coppice they go, and the brake light's going on at more or less the same time as Simon Walker-Hansel and Murray Shepherd. There's Martin West back down to 4th position. Craig Land in 5th. On your screen you can see Tim Panstone-Smith now up to 21st, so he's made up some places from a disappointing qualifying, but still not where he'd like to be. Look at this, 3 wide, down towards the Fogarty S's. They all come back into line though, and it's Walker-Hansel that continues to lead as they curb up through the Fogarty S's and down now towards the Melbourne hairpin for the penultimate time in this race. Here comes Carl Roysenars trying to make up a place on Craig Land. Andrew Tate trying to buy into that as well in the number 42 car. That's the grey car. He's on the inside line, the tightest line of anyone for the hairpin, and he's made it through. He's made a couple of places there as Andrew Tate. That might well put him up to 6th spot with a lap to go.
Had 4 months off, but it's all well and truly on in this race. And Murray Shepherd dives down the inside to keep himself ahead of Jeff Peake, but he's going to slide out wide. Peake up the inside once more, so here goes second. We've got 1 further lap of this motor race to go, and it is Simon Walker-Hansel that leads. The 2 cars that are level across the line, that's Jeff Peake and Murray Shepherd. You've got Martin West in 4th, but it's still pretty much 9 cars in this leading group, and it is Simon Walker-Hansel that has the lead from Murray Shepherd, who's a little bit further behind Walker-Hansel than he was, but I'm sure he's going to slipstream back up towards him before the end, although, saying that, he's under pressure from Jeff Peake, which isn't going to help that point, and he's hanging on into second, but this is all allowing the leader to get away in. Yeah, it's to Walker-Hansel's advantage. He was 7/10 ahead at the start of the lap. Some action further down the order just to illustrate all the way through. There are battles. There is Scrappy Jack, Tim Penstone-Smith's Union flag liveried number 47 car. But here is that leading group again. Is Jeff Peake that's got into 2nd place now ahead of Murray Shepherd. But Shepherd at McLean's is trying to fight back. Off the circuit there, I'm afraid, goes Jeff Peake. And predictably, he's been collected by a couple of vehicles that we couldn't see through the dust. It was like watching Extreme E for a moment there. As up at Coppice Corner, the leaders are continuing, and it's Simon Walker-Hansel from Andrew Tate now, I think, with Murray Shepherd in 3rd. Okay, so is it Roosevelt and Land that have gone in that incident? It might well be. Yes, I think it is. So Roosevelt and Land were the two that had to take avoiding action and went off the road. There's about of a second then. Shepherd versus Tate. Tate slightly better off the corner, but it's Simon Walker-Hansel who went all wrong here for the first lap of the race. It has a massive lead in low-cost terms. Murray Shepherd goes second down the inside to get ahead of Tate. Then you've got West in P4 and fifth for Gary Brandon. One corner to go.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be Simon Walker-Hansel that in the end is going to have an almost unchallenged victory, but he did drop down to about 6th or 7th place on the opening lap. Who's going to be second though? It's the champion Murray Shepherd that just gets a bit squirrely on the exit of the corner. It's going to be 3 wide as they come up to the line. Simon Walker-Hansel it is that wins it, but it's going to be side by side, and it's going to be Andrew Tate, I think, that gets second place. He does.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ian. Down here with our race winner, Simon Walker-Hansel. Simon, that was a cracking race. One of the reasons we love Locost so much.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It wasn't such a good start. Cold tyres at the start, and I didn't do any testing, so the brake bias wasn't right, and I locked up into the hairpin. Ended up 7th, and I got pranged at the back end, so I lost my rear mudguard. And I thought it might be bent, but obviously not. We came back through, and the racing was good. And then once they started battling behind me, I was able to get a bit of a gap, and that makes it a lot easier in a low cost.
I think at one point we had about 9 for the lead there, so it was very, very close indeed. And then, as you said, on that last lap, it kind of all broke off. But what happened behind? Did you see what happened there?
No, I saw one guy go off at the top. I'm not sure who that was. And then after that, they were all squabbling, and I got away. But there's no doubt the car, compared to last year, Stuart Sellers, Team Sellers Racing, replaced the front of the car. It's handling a lot better, and the engine's a monster. It's built by Jeff Wilson, a good friend of mine from Morpeth, and I think the complete car was it was easy, made it easy for me.
Are you looking forward to the rest of the season?
Absolutely, yeah. I've got to miss Anglesey because we're having a baby. I might be able to squeeze there if I can make it, but I need some good points so I can afford to drop that one.
Good stuff. Well done, Simon.
Thank you. Thanks.